Mario Götze surprised a lot of people with his name being on that sheet heading to Qatar, but what kind of role will he play for Germany at the World Cup? Let's get right into it. Welcome back to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich and German national team content on YouTube. And today we'll be discussing Mario Götze's role for Germany at the World Cup in Qatar. So obviously a lot of debate of how Hansi Flick is going to use him, where does Götze fit in, and obviously get right into a spoiler, not a massive role, but I do expect him to get some time and have a role for Germany in this World Cup. So obviously he will most likely be used at the attacking midfield position for Germany as a late substitute in probably some less relevant games, or maybe deeper down in the tournament in the knockout stages if we make that far, if we want that something special late in the game. Don't sure if he has something special left in him, but obviously Hansi Flick is brought him for a reason, and obviously he does have a veteran presence for this team. He's obviously got it done for Germany in 2014, so obviously he does have a bit of a knack for the special, and obviously he's been in those games. He could probably be a good veteran on the bench and just in the locker room. So just to get in the stats, he played 259 minutes out of a possible 690 minutes in the World Cup in 2014 in Brazil. In 2014, just for reference, 3 outfield players didn't get a single minute of playtime. Some got as little as 15, 44, or 54 minutes. Obviously, that was a tournament where Germany made it all the way to the finals and won, and had a couple games go to extra time. So obviously, there was a lot of wear and tear in the squad in that tournament, and obviously we went all the way. So that just keeps a reference. Still, 3 outfield players didn't get a single minute, and keep in mind, Mario Götze is not going to be on the first of the list to get, obviously, that substitution appearance. So keep that in mind. And then 2018, obviously, Götze wasn't there, but only 1 outfield player didn't get a single minute. Some got as little as 22, 30, or 60 minutes. So with that in mind, just some references of, how often, the lesser known or the lesser used people will get used in the tournament. We're looking between like 0 and 60 minutes, I'd say max for this, typically. However, it's possible Götze gets, about 30 minutes or less of playtime. Maybe there'll be more rotation, though. Obviously, considering it's a 26-man squad now, that kind of changes the game. They'll be able to make 5 subs now as well. So maybe there'll be more rotation. And I think the biggest thing here, we'll also have to think this tournament is happening in the middle of the season. Obviously, it's in November and December. A lot of players are injured. A lot of players already gone through a lot of stress and injury in this season. Obviously, a player like Götze is a little shaken up even heading into the season. So we'll see how he can manage. But players won't be fresh heading into the tournament. And obviously, it's usually in the summer. They usually have a bit of a break. So this might change things. I think there's going to be a lot more rotation, especially with more substitutes and more people at the tournament. I think we're going to get more of a rotation. And I honestly think that there's no one player in Germany that really stands out and needs to play the full 90 every single game. So I think that really changes things, and we'll see how that works. So I do think Mario Götze will get some minutes of this tournament. To be clear, I don't think he's going to get a lot, though, and he's never played with this squad before. He hasn't played for Germany since 2017, so I don't think he'll get used a lot. I think he might be like the least used player at the tournament for Germany, but we'll see. Maybe like Bell coach up as well might not get a lot of minutes. And just like a reference, Julian Brandt in 2018 only had 22 minutes. Although Brandt was like decent at the time, and like obviously Götze has dropped off a lot in his career, so I think he's there mostly for a veteran role. And then not to get into it, but then if you wanted a veteran role, why didn't you bring Mats Hummels? But that's obviously another debate there. But interesting to see how Götze will fit in. I'm not hoping he gets too many minutes. I don't think he has a lot left in him personally, but he did in 2014. Maybe he can do something special again for Germany. But final prediction, I'm going to say around 30 minutes, depending on how far we go. Obviously, that will vary. If we make it to the final, we're definitely going to get probably a little bit more. If we don't make it out of the group stage, probably like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But obviously, it depends on how much we rotate. And honestly, it's going to be a different tournament for us because it's hard to predict. Obviously, more rotation, more players. So obviously, Flick has a lot more options than Lau did in the recent tournaments. But really, really excited to see what happens. Obviously, I still hope Mario Götze has something special left in him. Be really interested to see where he plays. And obviously, it's going to be something special when he goes back on the pitch for Germany with all that history considered. So really, really excited for this tournament. Let me know, how often do you think Mario Götze will play? How many appearances do you think he'll make? Do you think he has something left in him? Do you think he'll get a goal or an assist? I personally don't. I think it'd be amazing to see him score, but I just don't think he'll make a super big impact. But obviously, maybe make some pressing late in the game, run the other team tired a bit, and just try to, run them down, run the clock down. So that will be an interesting debate of how he fits in. But try to make a little prediction here. And honestly, it's about less than a week away until the World Cup. So very, very excited. Obviously, Germany's playing next Wednesday. Cannot wait. Make sure to keep in check on this channel. Maybe lots of more German national team content coming up soon. A lot to look out for. Hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, Mia San Mia.